superhumans are already here. But why don't we know about it? Existing since the early days, they have just been hidden from you. Still think it's impossible? From teleportation to telekinesis, here's the proof. Stay tuned for the last one, because it will change what you know about your reality. In 2016, a bizarre video surfaced from a convenience store's security camera. At first, everything seemed normal, with a homeless man camped outside the closed store, until a stranger appeared. Without warning, the man walked straight through the store's mall, leaving the homeless man in shock. As if that wasn't strange enough, the camera began glitching, with the date mysteriously flickering between 2016 and 2019. Inside, the store's lights flickered on and off, adding to the eerie scene, leading some to speculate that the man possessed telekinetic or electric powers. He eventually exited the same way he entered, right through the wall. The store owner, baffled by the footage, shared it with the public, asking for their thoughts on the strange event. What do you think happened? In a seemingly ordinary video filmed by a store security guard in Japan, a woman is spotted doing her shopping until something extraordinary happens. As she reaches for an item on a high shelf, the back of her hoodie begins to glow. At first, it could be brushed off as a light-up hoodie, but what happens next is far more unusual. When a runaway shopping cart is about to hit a young girl, the woman simply raises her hand and the cart stops in its tracks, as if moved by telekinetic power. It's a moment that feels straight out of a scene from Stranger Things, leaving viewers wondering, are we witnessing a real-life superhuman, or is this just a string of strange coincidences? In a bizarre video from 2016, two women in Thailand find themselves in a heated altercation with two aggressive men. As tensions rise, one of the men instinctively raises her hands, and to everyone's shock, one of the men is forcefully slammed into a bus. The woman, stunned, stares at her own hands in disbelief. Suddenly, a nearby market stall collapses, sending everyone, including her friend, fleeing in terror. She too screams, clearly frightened by what just happened. The video leaves viewers questioning whether they just witnessed a superhero discovering her powers or a scene of pure adrenaline. This eerie footage, filmed inside a library in Japan, two friends stumble upon a heated altercation when, out of nowhere, one of the men involved vanishes into thin air. As he disappears, his book falls to the ground, leaving everyone around speechless and utterly stunned. The footage, sent to a Japanese news station, was corroborated by witnesses who claim they have no idea what happened, and the man has never been seen again. While some suggest the video could be a clever fake, with the man simply walking off camera, it doesn't explain how the book dropped so suddenly, and slow-motion analysis reveals no signs of editing. Is this proof that some humans are able to teleport? One night in India, a surveillance video captured a near collision between a rickshaw and a truck at an intersection. Just as the truck is about to hit the rickshaw, a sudden flash of light appears, and the rickshaw mysteriously ends up on the other side of the road, unharmed. Standing by the rickshaw is a mysterious figure dressed in dark clothing. The truck driver, visibly confused, steps out of his vehicle, unsure of what just happened, while the rickshaw driver looks shaken, especially by the driver who seemingly saved his life. The entire scene feels like something out of an anime, with many left wondering how the dark figure knew what was going to happen, and if he really teleported the rickshaw to safety. In a spine-chilling and mysterious video, a man captures what seems to be the impossible, a figure walking across water. The figure, dark and indistinct from a distance, moves steadily over the surface, defying what we know to be physically impossible. Ever since biblical times, walking on water has been considered a miraculous feat, and yet here it is, seemingly caught on camera. Some skeptics believe the video is a clever fake, suggesting the figure was edited onto the water. However, as the man approaches water birds, they scatter and fly away, suggesting the figure was genuinely there. Could this be a superhuman with the power to walk on water, or just an elaborate illusion? What do you think of this eerie footage? We all know that superheroes like Wolverine are just fiction, characters from movies and comic books. But after watching this video, you might start to wonder if they're based on something real. The footage, captured by a hospital security camera in Russia, shows a man walking into a doctor's office and casually hanging up his jacket. After explaining his problem, something shocking happens. Blades suddenly extend from the man's hands. The doctor, overcome with terror, screams and runs away, leaving the man standing there completely unfazed, as if this is normal for him. The doctor's reaction seems incredibly genuine, even breaking down into tears, which raises the question, could this be the real-life version of Wolverine? The raw emotion in the clip really makes it hard to dismiss. In a mysterious surveillance video from an unknown location, something incredible happens. A woman walks out in front of two cars, and as she passes the first, it seems like the second car is about to hit her. But just as the vehicle inches toward her, she suddenly teleports to the other side of the road, completely unharmed. This clip is brief, with little information available, and it was uploaded by a security monitor who simply described the event as a teleportation. The driver, clearly stunned, paused for a moment before driving off. Could this be someone discovering their newfound powers, or perhaps testing out abilities they've long had? The video is unsettling and leaves viewers with more questions than answers. What do you think? Is this real, or just an eerie coincidence? If you ever find yourself bored at the office, this one is anything but ordinary. In a surveillance video, an office meeting between two women and a male colleague takes an unexpected turn when one of the women reveals what seems like telekinetic abilities. In the middle of their conversation, she calmly opens her palm and, without touching anything, moves her colleague's phone right off the table using only her mind. Her co-workers are left completely stunned. The woman then explains how she did it, though the security camera lacked sound, leaving viewers in the dark. While some online speculate she has superpowers, others suggest it could be a trick, like a hidden magnet. Still, many believe this is yet another example of someone with telekinetic abilities. What do you think? Is this real power or just a clever illusion? In a surreal video filmed during Chinese New Year, a man in a hoodie walks along the street when something extraordinary happens. A flash of light appears above his head, forming a glowing halo. Bystanders gasp in amazement and try to chase after him, curious to see what's happening. But just as they get close, the man begins running too, as if startled by his own powers. Then, in an instant, he vanishes into thin air, leaving the same halo hovering briefly before disappearing. The man was never seen again, and even he seemed shocked when the halo first appeared. Could this mysterious figure be an angel, or does he possess some otherworldly superpower? What do you think is going on here? Now that you've seen what humans are actually capable of, watch this next video to find out where these people actually came from.